what we did was, there's two pieces to it. First is we looked at your competitors and we analyzed what kind of content are they putting out right now. Then we looked at your ICP, meaning the mid-market companies and the senior sales, marketing, and revenue operations people. What kind of content are they consuming, and how does that compare with the content strategy that you are putting out? So with that, let's take a quick look at some of the topics. So the biggest topic that a lot of your competitors are putting content out is around sales, just at a high level. Would you say that to be expected given the space that you're in, the use cases being sales?
Absolutely, yeah.
One interesting thing that we found out was Salesforce specifically was a massively important topic within sales. Like, I would say more than 50% of content your competitors putting out has something to do with how this whole thing ties into Salesforce.
Yeah.
So that, what are your thoughts?
It's interesting because as we've been discovering the mid-market and learning more about them, this has repeatedly kind of come up more, and we realize that there's probably a gap in our content where we don't talk about Salesforce a lot. Our marketing team doesn't even use Salesforce, so they don't know much about it. But especially operations, sales operations, their job is essentially Salesforce, and they're most of where they live and where they're thinking about is like, how do we generate better reports in Salesforce? How do we keep data clean? How do we essentially make our reps jobs easier, and it will enable them to sell more? And it's all Salesforce.
It is all Salesforce. So given the fact that this data is basically suggesting that your competitors are doubling down on this content, would you say this would be something that you can then pass it to your marketing team and say, well, our competitors are very much focusing on Salesforce, we probably should?
Absolutely. Yeah.